attitude coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and our home team. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Now a give, right side, Whittington. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Opening drive fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Here we go, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st down, Whittington. And he's got some space here. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 56 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself a
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 20-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. The Charger drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Mike, I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check. Check safety. Hey, alert 3. 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, Haywood. Get it.
To throw again, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
56, Mike, 56.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Man open, Rice. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Hey, Charlie. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Back to the air on second down. Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pick it up. Check 26. Check 26. Matchbox lights. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. That'll be caught by Rice. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Check 24. Check 24.
Now they try the right side here. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Switch.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They'll run on first down. Whittington. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you.
2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Shift. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Let's go.
And again this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
On the ready.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Got it.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Box drop. 53, Mike. Let's go one more. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Ready.
From the gun, Lawrence. And he's going to go down again. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, Whittington. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Check, Mike 42. And let's get this ball.
On 1st down, Whittington. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check, 42's the mark. Check, 42's the mark. He can't hang.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a give, right side. Whittington. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run on 1st down. Whittington. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, Whittington. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. On is the Chargers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Don't let him breathe.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
Check tight. Check tight. Check tight.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence trying to lay one up. It's caught at the 10. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Step, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's their quarterback. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Whittington. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Whittington. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Go on. Yeah. Look, squeeze. Out. Watch that. Alert three. Quick the edge. Come. Yep. Go now.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Set, ready? 30 base. Hey, exit.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. On is the Chargers punter now. He's been terrific so far. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2nd and 14. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. On 1st down, Whittington. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense, and they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Dancing to his left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down at the 32-yard line. And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff looking right. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a give right side. Whittington. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Whittington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 49, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now they try the right side here. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and long. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll look to throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken at his 4. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for